What's up, guys? Joe McDonough here for MMAprospects.com with the new CFFC bantamweight champion. I mean, that's got to feel pretty good to hear. You know, has it really sunk in?
Oh, it feels good, man. I like it. It's a respected thing, you know. It's for my first belt in my career, so
yeah,
I'm pretty happy with that.
Now, it's your first belt in your career, but I know it's not the belt that you want yet. You know, I know it's a stepping stone. You know, the way you've talked about it, and I love the way I've heard it. It's a stepping stone to a greater thing.
Definitely. It's it's a start. I mean, obviously you have to start somewhere. You have to pay your dues, and I think I did that. I have 10 fights. I already paid my dues, so.
And, you know, domination at CFFC 92, you know, honestly looked like it was going to be stopped in the first round, went to the second round, absolute domination. You know, did you expect it to be that easy?
Definitely, man, definitely. I already knew that. I mean, before the fight, I studied the guy, you know, I'm a student of the game. I knew everything I knew he had that weird kick. I knew the kick that, you know, people don't see it. It's like, you know, it's something that comes from a weird angle. You have to it's very hard to see when you fight people like that. You gotta put them on their back. You gotta pressure them the whole time, you know. And I had a good game plan. So I mean, I was definitely 10 steps ahead of him in every aspect of the game. There was no question in my mind. I didn't question myself at all. Like I knew I had him. I knew I had him at the weigh-ins. I asked him a question. I was like, "How was the weight cut?" He sounded like, it was good. I didn't cut too much. I'm like, dude, you don't sound good, man. His brain was drained. I knew I hit him one time. I knew he was going to drop. I mean, the weight cut, man, people think it's a game, but the weight cut, man, it kills you. You know what I mean? The weight cut is the big question. They cut 100%. A lot of weight. You cannot be 5'11" and then fight at 135. I mean, your jaw's going to get break.
And, you know, going into this, it sounds like there was no added pressure, just no outside nerves, just kind of job, go in there, get it done, get the belt, on to the next thing.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is the first time ever in my fight. I was so happy. I was happy in my camp. I didn't have any problems. All I was doing is training. I mean, the camp was so happy. People around me, everybody was happy. I mean, usually before the fight, I'm always stressed out. I'm fighting with everybody in my house. I'm stressing out everybody, like including myself, because you know I'm trying to figure out myself. But this time, man, first time in my life, man, it was the happiest camp ever. The fight week, it was just like, man, I don't know, it was better than my birthdays. I hate my birthdays. I don't even celebrate my birthdays, but it was better than that.
I love that. You know, Dana White Contender Series, the rumor is it's starting up again this June, I think is what I'm hearing. You know, I'm assuming that that's something that would very much excite you.
Definitely. If they offer me that, anybody, any man, I'll fight any man, anytime. 145, 135, don't matter. I mean, I walk around maybe like 155. I can make 35 within like 3-4 days. I mean, 45, I can have one training session. I'm on weight. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm ready to go. No question about it.
And, you know, if that call doesn't come, what would you like to be next for you? Would you like to defend your belt? Would you like to, you know, wait on a possible short notice fight with the UFC? I mean, you're right there. I mean, what would you like to get right back in there? Is there a time limit where you're saying, okay, now it's the end of April, it's starting to be May, I need to fight?
Oh, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm a fighter. I don't care. Whoever, I mean, I have a great managers. They're one of the best in the world. You know what I mean? They will offer me something good. I know that. I mean, if I have to defend my belt, no problem. Against anybody from East Coast, I mean, anybody from the country, they can bring it on. No problem. We'll defend it, and it's going to be another short night. I don't care. Until I get there, I'm going to finish every single person they put in front of me.
And, you know, unlike a lot of other prospects, you have never shied away from tough opponents. I mean, you fought Askar, you fought Umar Nurmagomedov. You know, talk about just the resume that you've built throughout your career and your love for fighting the best of the best.
I mean, if you're not competing against the best, why are you even fighting? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not an Instagram fighter. I'm not a social media fighter. You know what I mean? I've been fighting all my life. I'm not talking about in the cage. I've been fighting in life. Like, you know, I had to fight to get what I need, not what I want. You know what I mean? I had to fight the things that I need. Like, I had to fight for it. You know what I mean? So it's not easy. You know, I didn't grow up here. You know, I mean, I came to the country, you know, 10 years ago. It took me a lot. Even the first 5 years, it wasn't easy. You know what I mean? I had to learn the language. I had to learn the culture. I mean, I had to get bullied all the time in school. You know what I mean? But I always stood my ground. I never let anybody try to bully me, even though I didn't speak English. I always make sure they understood what I was saying, and then they make sure know who they're messing with. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
And you know, all of that you just stated, you know, coming to this country 10 years ago, learning everything, all that stuff. You're still only 25 years old. I mean, do you ever kind of look back and say, look at your career right now? I mean, you're 10 fights into your career, and you're only 25 years old. You're still so young in the sport.
Hell yeah, I don't even think I'm in my prime. I mean, after the fight, we took a plane. We had a long ride home. You know, Friday, obviously. I had to come home. I came home around like 10 p.m. Saturday morning, I had training at 11 a.m. I went right back to training. You know, my body was fresh. I didn't even get hit or touched. I mean, this guy was 34 years old. I mean, in my mind, I was like, if this kid didn't do what he's supposed to do 10 years ago when he was 25, I'm like, what the heck is gonna do at 35? Like, you know what I mean? I mean, you already past your prime, dude. Like, I retired him. I'm happy. I don't think he's gonna fight again. Just like I retired Oscar. His brain is not the same no more. That's why he couldn't even. All he did was get to the face-off in the UFC, and then he couldn't even get clear the doctors because that brain is not the same no more. You know what I mean?
And you know, tell me about. Was this always the dream? You know, I know you said you've been fighting your whole life. Was this always the dream to be a professional fighter, or was there something else? You know, when you were a child, was this something that you looked up to?
The thing is, I can't be anything I want in life. I did so much things. I had a business. I owned a logistics business at age of 22. When I was 20, I was into real estate, flipping houses. I went to college. I mean, the first thing I learned when I came here was they told me, hey, if they have a sport in high school. If you do good at sports, you can get a free ride to college. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Let me do that. I wrestled in New York City. You know, in New York City, we trained in the lunchroom. I was one of the few athletes from like 1970s who plays at stage 2 times. I took 6th and I was a runner-up. I mean, New York State is not easy for wrestling. You know what I mean? People know that. And then coming out from New York City, it's not something. New York City, they don't wrestle. You know what I mean? I had to take the train, hours of ride. I mean, I had to do everything myself. I had no cousins or I had no brother holding my hands, taking me to the gym. You know, I had to figure everything out myself. You know what I mean? And then even in high school, I remember running and cutting weight. In my head, I'm listening to music. In my head, I'm picturing myself, you know, just walking to that UFC arena, and then that used to give me goosebumps. You know what I mean? I did that in high school. You know what I mean? I just went back on my Facebook, like 2015, 14. I was reading my like status I post. Like, I'm like, damn, I've been the same 6 years ago. You know what I mean? It's not nothing changed. It's not like character. I'm not acting. You know, that's just who I am.
And I think a lot of people.
I don't care about the belt. I mean, I don't care about the belt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The belt don't pay my bills. You know what I mean? I went there. I went to CFFC for Tyson Lin. I mean, the belt was just the bonus. You know what I mean? They're telling me, oh, belt is like, oh, how you happy to get the belt? I can't be happy with that belt. You know what I mean? So that's why a lot of fighters, you know, they get twisted. They have that belt. They're like, oh, I'm the champ. I'm the world champ. Dude, you're not a world champion. You know what I mean? There's a lot of better fighters out there that are hungry. They're so hungry. I mean, if you get twisted like that, you know, your career is like, boom, it's done. I've seen so many fighters for the past year, since pandemic started. There's so many fighters came and go in the UFC, like so many of them. They've been in the UFC for 3 months and they're not in there no more. They retired. I don't want to be that guy, you know what I mean? I want to be ready. That's why I took the toughest fight. I never fought easy fight. I mean, they offer me these easy fights. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to fight the easy fight because it's not gonna do anything to me. I mean, I know I get the win, but would it change me as a fighter? No. So give me the toughest fight. Give me the toughest fight so I can challenge myself against these guys. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. And you know, something from this chat that I'm really catching on to here is just, you know, so many fighters don't understand the lifestyle that it takes, and you're obviously someone that absolutely understands the lifestyle that it takes. You know, it's not just getting in the gym and getting out and getting in the cage and getting out, and you know, you can't turn on and off that fighting lifestyle, and you know, just like you just spoke about, clearly, you know, from when you wake up in the morning, when you go to bed, you're in that fighting lifestyle.
Definitely, you have to fight for. I mean, I don't know about other people, but when it comes to me, I had to fight for everything. Even when I came to America, I had to fight for everything.
Mm-hmm.
I had to fight to get a C plus in high school. You know what I mean? So I can wrestle. So,
Yep.
like I said, I've been training, like, I don't know, since I remember I've been training. My dad took me to the gym one time. He just took me to the gym, and then he never told me, hey, are you training? Are you going to the gym? Doesn't matter. It was raining, snowing, rock falling. I mean, I had to walk 3-4 miles to get to the gym. I mean, you know, I couldn't take a bus or taxi back at home. You know, we had to walk.
Mm-hmm.
And then the gyms out there, you know, it's not like there's a heater. I mean, it gets so cold out there, you know, it's like a metal gym. You're freezing your butt off, and you still have to train. You have to train so hard just to get a sweat in. If you don't get a sweat in, coach will be checking you. If you're not sweating, boom, he'll be hitting you. You know what I mean? I was only 11, 10 years old. I've been doing that. You know, this guys here, like, they think they play games. You know, they have everything so easy for them. You know what I mean? They go to this nice gym. It's warm in there. They have coaches like babying them. You know what I mean? Not me. That's why I found this coach called Oyama. Man, this guy's old school. You know, you go there. He doesn't care who you are. He doesn't care if you're a UFC champion. He does not care about you. He treats everybody the same. He's a hardworking guy, and I love it. I love that so much. I'm like, finally, I found somebody that thinks the same as I do.
Absolutely, man. And, you know, tell me a year from now, so 1 year from now, next year, where are you? What's happened in this past year for your career?
I don't think about that. I just think about what's going on right now. So what's future? I don't know what the future. I can't really say anything. The moment, whatever is coming my way right now, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go home, and then I know I'm gonna go to the gym, and then whatever comes after that, I'll take it. The future, you can never predict it. Look what happened. I mean, there's a great fighter, Hamzat Chimaev, right? The greatest.
Yep.
I mean, look, he was supposed to have the best future. He's supposed to be a champion. What happened? COVID-19. You know what I mean? God has his own plans. You know what I mean? That's why you cannot really plan on anything. Just gotta be humble. Just keep going to the gym. Believe in God. Have a clean heart, and then, you know, respect your opponents. I mean, that's all I have. I respect my opponents after the fight. Before the fight, don't try to shake my hand, because I'm coming to kill you.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, one last thing for me, you know, you had mentioned bullying, and you know, here you are in this situation. Obviously, the bullies are looking back, and you know, you're in that power situation. I wanted you to give an almost a shout out to those who are going through a similar situation you went through 10 years ago, and kind of what they need to hear to get through that tough time of, you know, bullying, because it's a problem.
Yeah, it is a problem. Don't let that happen. Stay your ground. You know what I mean? People always, this is how it goes. People try first time. They try one time. If you let that happen, they're going to keep coming back. Keep coming back. That's what, the first time they try, you don't let that happen, man, they're not going to come back to you after that. Let me tell you that. So never stop. I mean, dude, you got to stay your ground. I understand it's hard out there. People always trying to give you shit. I mean, they trying to tell you what to do. Never change for who you are. Be who you are all your life. Feel however you want. Say your piece. You know, make sure watch what you say. But at the end of the day, be who you are.
And I 100% agree. And that's all I've got for you, man. I appreciate the time. A very, very bright future, and I think a very deserving Dana White Contender Series shot this summer is what I'm hoping for.
No problem, sir. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it for having me here. Looking forward to talking to you again, sir. Thank you very much.